On McNair, pilot Mike Smith, followed by Kristen Masala, featuring Space. I'm Ellison Onizuka, and payload specialist Greg Jarvis. Big smiles today.
And the first crew member, Commander Dick Scobie, now in the White Room, taking off his jacket, along with Mike Smith, who is the pilot. They're going to be going very fast today to get out of the cold and into the cabin. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles.
Challenger, go and throttle up.
Roger, go and throttle up. 1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles. Reports from the flight dynamics officer indicate that the vehicle apparently exploded and that impact in the water. This is Mission Control Houston. We have no additional word at this time. Obviously a major malfunction. We have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that. We are looking at checking with the recovery forces to see what can be done at this point. We are awaiting verification from the location of the recovery.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 7. And Eloah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the water, and let it be a division between water and water. And it was so. And Eloah made the firmament, and Eloah divided between the water which was under the firmament and the water which was above the firmament. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Peace, family. And welcome to another episode of Flat Earth, the firmament. According to our creator of all existence, word and his truth, he created earth along with great luminaries such as the sun, moon, and stars underneath a firmament or expanse between waters above flat lands, which was replicated by a domed snow globe. Consequently, society was taught that the earth was rounded and not only spins but rotates around the great luminaries millions of miles per hour and can be penetrated by crafts. Who should we believe? Man who perishes, or our supreme being who has no beginning or no end and created air, land, water, and countless other necessary elements for human survival.
This wrong system has taught us evolution. The lie that we all come from slime, fish, and monkeys. Alright? That's the same system that we go to and say, teach us what the universe is. That same system has taught us the Big Bang Theory. Y'all familiar with that? That there was an explosion a long time ago. That when it went bang, everything just fell into place. The mountains, the trees, the rivers. On a molecular level, the DNA strands. Cell walls, protons, neutrons, electrons. Everything just fell into place after an explosion. See, to believe that, amen, would be to believe that an explosion happened at the Day Lab. And after the explosion, a full Sunday paper came out with pictures and letters, all in the places where they need to be. That's how foolish that is. That after an explosion, a random explosion, things fall where they're supposed to. That's the system, y'all, that we rely upon. That's the system we run to and we say, teach our children what the universe looks like. Teach us what the universe looks like. That's the system. A system that not only taught us evolution, not only taught us the Big Bang Theory, a system that teaches us currently that the Hebrews, the ones who were in Egypt, in the Middle Eastern, Eastern African desert, building pyramids, that they look like Europeans. That system teaches. When common sense tells us otherwise. When that group of people, nothing wrong with them, can't take Louisiana heat, that you're going to be the people of the book in bondage and slavery in Africa?
Here you can see our local sun orbiting the ice barrier. If you adjust the settings, you can see the land beyond our ice wall, a dark, barren wasteland that has not been explored.
Isaiah chapter 38 verse 8. Behold, I will turn back the shadow of the degrees of the dial by which 10 degrees on the house of thy father the sun has gone down. I will turn back the sun to 10 degrees. So the sun went back to 10 degrees by which the shadow had gone down. Joshua chapter 10 verse 13. And the sun and the moon stood still until Eloah executed vengeance on their enemies. And the sun stood still in the midst of heaven. It did not proceed to set to the end of one day.
The 3rd century BC, Eratosthenes measured the differences between shadows cast by poles in Syene and Alexandria to calculate more than 2,000 years before rockets and space travel the circumference of the entire globular Earth with, for the time, impressive accuracy. Word got around that the Earth was a round shape after that. But in 1906, Wilbur Glenn Villava became head of a slightly bizarre religious sect that pretty much ran the city of Zion, Illinois. Villava believed that the Earth was actually flat, and he enforced flat Earth teachings in schools in Zion. He also enforced that belief on really anyone who entered the city. Villava believed not only that the Earth was flat, but that the sun was only a few thousand miles away from Earth, not 93 million. He also believed that the sun was only 32 miles across, not 860,000. He sounds crazy. Or does he? You see, the same phenomenon Eratosthenes measured could be explained by a flat Earth if the sun were only a few thousand miles away and 32 miles across. The math would work out the same.
If this earth is not flat inside a fermented dome as seen in biblical text, then why would UN officials use a map that illustrates a biblical description of Earth from a scriptural point of view? Scientists have described this planet as a round-shaped globe that moves at speed so fast that even common sense raises questions on how day-to-day operations are really carried out. So the Earth spins and rotates around the sun and moon, and planes can travel at speeds of 500 miles per hour to reach destinations when all they would have to do is hover above land while the Earth spins until the destination reaches us. Psalms chapter 96 verse 10 say, among the heathen, Yahuwah reigns. For he has established the world so that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people in righteousness. 1 Chronicles chapter 16 verse 30. Let the whole earth fear before him. Let the earth be established and not be moved. Therefore, if earth does not move, let's hear how sun and moon were created to move within earth's firmament and how they operate. Enoch chapter 72 verse 2. This is the first law of the luminaries. The sun and the light arrive at the gates of heaven, which are on the east, and on the west of it at the western gates of heaven. I beheld the gates whence the sun goes forth, and the gates where the sun sets, in which also the moon rises and sets, and the conductors of the stars among those who perceive them, 6 at the rising and 6 at the setting of the sun. All these respectfully, one after another, are on a level, and numerous windows are on the right and on the left sides of those gates. First proceeds forth that great luminary, which is called the sun, the orb of which is as the orb of heaven, the orb of it being replete with splendid and flaming fire. Its chariot where it ascends, the wind blows. Validity of Enoch. Genesis chapter 5 verse 21 through 24. And Enoch lived 165 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch was well pleasing to Elohim after his begetting Methuselah 200 years. And he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch was well pleasing to Elohim, and he was not found, because Elohim translated him. In other words, according to Genesis, Enoch served Yahuwah so well when he took account and described all that he had witnessed in heaven and earth, that it pleased our Creator enough to translate him in his flesh while he was alive from this earth. Definition of physical translation, Oxford Language Dictionary. Move from one place or condition to another. She had been translated from familiar surroundings to a foreign court. According to 2 Kings chapter 2, there was only one other similar occurrence of Elijah while alive in his flesh.
Truthfully, you're not getting rationale out of the Bible. You're getting contentment.
Yeah.
I'm going to contend with that. Yeah. Then you get the science aspect of it, which is where they're involved with. This is what we're finding about this big, vast, mysterious universe that makes us say, one day we'll be flying all over this motherfucker.
Right.
So think about it from NASA's perspective. Ultimately, and this is a must. We must talk about this. This gets in here. NASA, who's telling you what the Earth is. They're the fathers of telling you what the Earth is.
Yeah.
And they said this is what it is. It's round, and we come from the Big Bang, and this is evolution, which means it's all just luck, mistake, shit just happened. What does that do psychologically to the average human? It says, I have no purpose. I mean, I have no reason to be here.
I'm a mistake.
And that wouldn't work.
It's not a mistake. I am whatever I decide to make.
Yeah.
And what I'm deciding to make is what everyone else is telling me humans are doing here. So that means I'm just doing what humans are doing.
Yeah.
So NASA, who's telling you you're this guy, it also puts the seed in your head that one day, because we're from evolution, we could fly off this motherfucker.
Yeah.
We can go to Saturn and, that gives you this fucking hope, which means you can destroy and not really deal with what's happening in front of you right now.
Yeah.
because there's always, once we blow this motherfucking wheels off of it, greenhouse effect, we're gonna be living inside the moon quicker than you know. So now you get this flat earth concept, and with that, which was so stupid, people were answering, well, won't you fall off the earth? If you even read what flat earth people are saying, they're saying there's a flat plane of existence, it is enclosed, and there is a ring around it. That's what makes the boat stay on. They show you ancient math. Foolish mule! Right, foolish mule.
Prayer of Azariah, chapter 1, verse 34. Blessed are you in the expanse of heaven, and above all to be praised and glorified forever. Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of Eloah, and the firmament proclaims the work of his hands. Day to day utters speech, and night to night proclaims knowledge.
The thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the earth. There's no place to go. The earth is a closed system.
Job chapter 37, verse 18. Wilt thou establish with him foundations for the ancient heavens? They are strong as molten mirror. Here's a well-known video of a rocket test going far, far up, trying to actually penetrate the molten mirror, the firmament. Let's see what happens. There it is. All of a sudden, it stops. Why did it stop? Why did it not go into so-called space? The answer is...
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
So what is significant about this video is, number one, it was live to school children. Number two, we have this stuffed animal that is transitioning in on another video channel. And the actor is able to reach up and grab this doll in real 3D space and manipulate this doll with their hands. And so the only way you're going to pull that off is with one technology. And that technology is virtual reality. Next segment, I'm going to show you how NASA grabs objects in 3D space, rotates them around, manipulates them. They can do this with water, with cloth, anything. And the cool thing about it is we can take what they're doing, what they're seeing with their contact virtual reality augmented lenses, and put that on a separate video layer live. So in this clip, they're talking live feed, and what you know, we have a astronaut go by us in the background, obviously trying to give it a more realistic, spacey, station busy effect. The only problem is the camera that was supposed to mask this harness out, or the video feed, is not working. And so we see the guy come flying along in a harness on his wires. Pretty amazing. But that's not all that goes wrong here. Okay, so you see to the right, this guy's flipping this hat. This hat's actually on another video channel in 3D space. It's virtual reality. They're wearing augmented contact lenses so that they can interact with these 3D objects. Now, in this scene, the guy on the left in the green shirt, he thinks he sees an object in 3D space that's being broadcast to him. So he grabs it and he puts it off to the side. He's looking straight ahead because he's looking at an object rotating in front of him, but the video channel is down that is supposed to show the viewers what we're supposed to see, and so we don't actually get to see the object that he has seen. And I would just sum this up as a very terrible, bad, horrible day for NASA doing live feeds.